Hello everyone, this is Shiny Noctiles, and today I figure I'd stream some more Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail for you guys. Just want to let you guys know that yesterday when I was drinking some of my strawberry banana smoothie, I think I might have had a bit of a, what they call brain freeze, because typically I do fine with drinking at least like, for example, like cold water out of the tap. But and even like lately, like I've had some berry juice that's been pretty good that I've warmed up a bit in the microwave. But with the strawberry smoothie, um, what's happened is that even after microwaving it for like 25-30 seconds, it was still a little bit too cold. Like where, because I think what happens when you get brain freeze is that if the drink you have is a little bit too cold, like compared to what your body can handle, um, then you know, it just happens, you know. And so yeah, I actually decided to eat some jalapeno chips after that happened, and it helped a wee bit, as well as tea and some sweet potato chips that I got, which is good too. But yeah, next time I have that, I'm gonna try to test it, see if I can microwave it at like 40 seconds, and then if I can get the perfect temperature that way. Kind of reminds me of cooking, where it's taken me multiple times before I've gotten the perfect kind of you know, formula down for cooking pasta, you know, as it were. So, but we're getting there, though. We're getting there. Smoothie was still good, though. It's just I probably wouldn't be too good you know, getting those slushies that people usually get at the gas station or whatever, and it being like freezing you know, at a freezing temperature. Well, cool drinks are good though. They definitely are. Okay, let's go to Uzuma. Or Kozuma, rather. Kozuma Uka. Seems like the game's running better today as well too. I don't know if that's due to the temperature outside or whatnot, but yeah, it's always a nice thing. Yeah, because yesterday I was having my kind of coil whine happening with my graphics card. I learned it's not such a bad thing, but it can happen when your kind of computer is in or your GPU is in high strain, as it were. So. Cave Kiki Tola is southwest of Okanu. We can return to the village first and head there on foot. Right. Good thing I got a chocobo, which I don't have to only get there on foot, but I can. Well, I'm still getting it there on foot with the help of my chocobo's feet, as well as my own, I guess. But yeah. We'll get there one way or the other. If I've seen the jungle pelicans in the other part of the map. Sec. Southwest of here, was it? Let us be on our way. Look, you can see the falls at the back of the cave. These hollows must have been carved out by the constant deluge of water from above. Oh yeah, there we go. Cave Kikitola, as promised, home to many deadly creatures. Venture inside if you feel confident, but I will conduct my own search out here. If you can spot raw Obo Kicha by its green-hued glimmer, bring anything matching that description to me. I shall help scour the inside of the cave, then you take the west half and I'll take the east. Upon closer inspection, you find that the glimmer you spied was just light reflecting off the water. Oh, there we go. Quite a chunk of stone glowing a distant shade of green. This seems like the exact kind of mineral Linu Hane was looking for. Love the music. Look. Yeah. Picked over the ground near the entrance but found nothing. Did you have better luck inside the cave? Yes, this is Obo Kicha. Along with Cardinal's contribution, we have more than enough for our needs. The stones you brought shine very brightly. I thank you both. You would have been happy to know we were putting things right. Truth be told, a good friend of mine was meant to be a festival leader for this year's Ahi Hana. When that big storm hit, he did not survive. It fell to me to carry on in his stead. That was why you agreed to Wuklamat's request, despite your initial reluctance. Yes, it hurt to hear, but she was right. Though I must mourn, I cannot let my grief consume me. Her words made me realize that the path to my recovery, our recovery, is already laid out before me. and I will walk it for myself and for my friend. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Please rest assured that we've taken your plight to heart. I'm certain our companion are procuring the other materials we speak. Everything will come together and the Hanu shall host a splendid uplifting festival. That we shall. With that, let us return and deliver the Obo Kicha into Wook Ivu's waiting hands. I love the music. It's really great. Oh, we got solder for the earrings that we had on the market board. So here. Alright. Thanks to the third promise and her mighty swings, we've collected some suitable logs of Ipo, one of the Opo Kicha. What's the music? Yes, these are excellent samples, a good quantity too. At this stage, you've likely surmised that the lifting wing encourages the crops to grow, but not exactly how. Well, you're in for a treat. If all goes to plan, the result should be spectacular. Now to get to work crafting these pieces for the float, I could use an assistant versed in arcane arts and enhance the Ipo connectivity. And I'd be delighted to help. Everyone else should head back to Okanu. We'll join you at the float once the work here is complete. Alright. So, let me open back here. Yeah, I plan not to use the Aetheryte tickets unless if it's like over, thinking like over 1,000 or more, or maybe 500 or more. We'll see. They're definitely, they definitely come in handy though. Greetings, Ipo was a trial in it and of itself. At first, Wook Evo criticized everything I did, then he yelled, I've spoken to Elf the Third, promised to punish myself. Proceeded to slam his head into an Ipo tree. I told him not to worry about it, again, and it was like it's like snuffing out a candle. He's an odd one, that's for sure. Wonder what evil means. We'll have to see. At least we've seen the poles in the new one. Now we just have to wait for the feathers for the twins. Let's see, what does swook evil mean? We'll have to see. Oh, it seems like if you want to say love in Yucatec Mayan, you would say Kaitek. Seems like. Oh, there's another word. Yeah, because Wuklamat's actually a Mayan word for, I think it's referencing the Pleiades, or what they'd call in Greek folklore, the seven sisters of Pleiades, yes. We should get some rest before the excitement begins. Over there, by the float, isn't that the third promise? Then the rumors are true. She's trying to complete the feat of reeds by reviving Ehihana. Festival is a prayer for healthy crops, but does she honestly believe that will be enough to save our harvest? Second promise, meanwhile, barely glanced at the fields before leaving Okuhanu altogether. Do we ask too much of our young claimants? I wouldn't be too quick to cow Kuona out. A friend of mine overheard him muttering by the reeds something about what needs to be done. Is that so? Perhaps we'll get to see another of his innovations firsthand. Yeah, that sounds like our Kuona. One look at the reeds was all he needed to think of a solution. Be that as it may, our solution is nearly ready. Indeed, as soon as the others get back, our long-awaited festival can begin. It took some doing, but we managed to gather competition to vie for the title of wings chosen. The winner was only too happy to donate his feathers. He should have succeeded. He called forth an incredible gust that sent his feathers sailing for bombs. We had to turn ourselves, but it was more difficult than it looks. Poor Arenville twirled the air for a moment before landing on his foot. Yeah, the viento, the wind. I'm a gleaner. Magic is not part of our training. As for us, we've brought the wood and gemstone replacements crafted by Wook Ibu. All that's left is to attach them. Oh, you know where you might be now. Okay, now, because I was thinking about yesterday, it's like, what part of... what would Kuzoma, like, represent? Like, it could represent part of Brazil. Now I think about it, it could even represent parts of what they would label as Central America, like maybe Belize or Costa Rica or something. Potentially. I'd have to see to make sure, but that's what I was thinking, because I do think there are people of Mayan descent that live around that area. Or even, could be, have a connection with Guatemala too, but I think it's further south, yeah. Has it been decided we will ride the float? Papa was the guest of honor the last time I was here. Remember being surprised I could even lift the thing with his hulking weight on top of it. The rider must be a personage of great esteem, which is why an invitation is usually extended to the Dawn servant. This time, however, I have another in mind. Okay, who is it? Our beloved Ihana. The lifting of winds is only being held because of you and your companions. Thus do I nominate you, Wu Clement, as our guest of honor. Oh, me? But it won't make me seasick, will it? I don't think so. Then weigh anchor. I can hardly refuse a request from one even more enthusiastic about the festival than me. I'll be delighted to ride your float. Thank you, Clement. I have roles for the rest of you as well. We'll be carrying the festival float in a slow procession towards Kuzo Nuclea. Kuzo Naoki, where the sacred likeness of Kishiihi is enunced. Or a scout, I believe? Ensconed. Established or settled in a comfortable, safe, or secret place. Interesting. What I'd like you to do is clear the path of the dangerous wildlife so the precision can move along unimpeded. Consider it done. You expect me to sit still until Wook Evu has finished with the float. Let me come along and help with the clearing. As you know, I'm not much for fighting. I'll stay behind and assist Wook Eva with the repairs. If you aren't sure where you need to go to the path I spoke of being at the south of the village and branches off to the east. This will lead you across the bridge to the strides of the sun. And we shall see to clearing it end to end. Almost level 92. As Linu Hanu said, Kuzan Niki Noiki should be down this way, then off to the east when the path branches. Then something about bridges and the stride of the sun. Anyway, let's split up and get to work. Once you've called all the threats you can find, we'll meet up in front of Kishai He. Right? Learning how to pronounce a lot of Native American indigenous words, which I'm actually glad. It's actually nice that they incorporated it to the game. And they incorporated some Spanish as well as Papa, and you know, hopefully they incorporate a little bit more, but that's at least one for sure. Almost a bed. There's Croyle. I told you don't need to watch over me anymore. You got it, my friend. All right. Let's see here. Is anyone doing the fade up here? Might join in. Oh. Known as bloodthirsty bird, the Hanu Hanu's ancestral tongue, Ahuki ko uksho, deceptively dulcet cries have lured no few souls to violent and untimely demise. Falkland Scourge has been branded a threat to Akuhanu, and its song must be silenced. we go. Now I'm level 92. There's a new skill, it's called Damnation. So this is damage taken by 40% of it. Where do we want to put this? Oh, does this take over Vengeance? Oh, it does. Okay. So it's essentially just an upgraded version of Vengeance. I see. Let's see what off note says. At this rate, we'll soon have the raid. Not the raids. We'll soon have the route to Kuzan Noiki secured. Let's see. Yeah, help them out. There's Chrono. Right. Let's see here. Yeah, I just sometimes I like to greet some of my friends on that I have on the server, or some people that I've known for a while. Music here. Oh, you were a step ahead of us. This must be the likeness of Ki Shaihi, the Hano deity of the harvest. Reminds me of something I saw in Academia Ander. One of the ancients' creations. It's possible if a visual memory of that time endured, a subconscious recollection from the inheriting soul providing the basis for an entirely new religion. I have no idea what that means. As far as I know, Kishahi was worshipped on another continent. This ancient faith was then brought to Tara by the first Hanu. The Hanu migrated here from another continent, and mayhap the two do share a common ancestor. This is all very fascinating, but shouldn't we be getting back to Linu Hanu? We'll want to know the path is safe for the precision. Right, I need to write on the flow. I'll run ahead and tell him we're done here. Meanwhile, in Okanu. Oh boy.
Not sure we heard you right, old man. Why don't you say that again?
As many times as you'd like. The third promise tasked me with repairing this float, and I'll not relinquish it to an uncultured brute like you. Much less one that can't even manage a simple greeting.
We wanted to handle this in a civilized way, but we're more than willing to
Kill you?
But
We have a two-headed problem. Yes, please hurry. She's on her way back already?
Stand back, Wukevu! I will protect the float!
Are you trying to be brave, little bird?
I could never have repaired the float alone. Not properly. But thanks to Wuklamat and her friends, we can hold Ihihana again!
hang in there.
This is a priceless treasure! And as festival leader, I would die to protect it!
Very well, if that's what you want.
There we go.
Everything into that blow.
Good. The better for you to understand the gulf between us.
But you need more lessons. We'll carve them into your mangy hide until you cry and beg forgiveness.
Your brilliant plan was to steal the float and take the credit. The so-called blessed siblings are nothing but cheats.
Your scorn is sweet music. Come, weaklings. We'll crush you each in turn. Or all together, if you'd like. Calm yourself, Chosen One. If you fight in earnest, this will end in a massacre. What's more, we have word that our other prospect is on the verge of success.
Then it would be foolish to expend effort sweating nuts.
Lucky for you. Eh?
Two heads. I see Mamuk still clings to that loathsome hope.
Talk to us, Third Promise. You're not dying, are you?
It'll take more than that to kill me. So, are we having this festival or not?
Yes! Yes, we are!
Thank you for coming to our rescue. I tried to protect the float, but against that two-head, I may as well not been there at all. Nonsense! You stood your ground and brought us the time we needed to make it back. We're incredibly brave. Hang in there, my friend. Chance encounter. I'm thankful Alpha thought to share those link pearls. With that exciting interlude over, you'll be pleased to know that my repairs are finished as well. Before we commence the festival, however, it would be a courtesy to inform the villagers that Ihihana will be held after all. Go forth, but do not forget your greetings at this stage. I should hope the reminder is unnecessary. Ohoi, Kali. See, I remember. There we go. With the chat mode and say, okay. Alright, Ohikali. I like the way that sounds. I wonder what it means. Let's see. You know, it could be inspired by Hawaiian, actually, potentially. That's what I was thinking when I was listening to some of the words. I think Old Japanese or also Jomon could also be connected to it as well, so... Sorry, there's nothing to look forward to anymore. Hang in there. Oh, Kylie. Festival is about to begin. What do you expect me to say? Besides, of course, I'll be there. Cleaning up the storm's aftermath may have been hard on us all, but the lifting wings is tradition, a joyful one at that. I won't sit here brooding my days away. Give me a moment to get ready. Let me see what Hanu means in Japanese. Oh, well, it means something Hawaiian. It means breath. But it sounds like it could be a Japanese word. Just because I think the Hawaiians may have had an influence on the old Japanese language over time as well, through the Jomon. But no, in Hawaiian it means breath, so... Makes sense? So much has been taken from us, why even try? Hang in there. Oh, Kali. But the float is fixed. Our fallen friends would be glad to know that Ihihana will soon be underway. They would have wanted us to honor them with celebration, not let their loss deter us from it. Must go and enjoy the festival for those who no longer can. Yeah, it could be a mixture of Jomon and Hawaiian. Like the indigenous Japanese Jomon. It's pretty cool. Oh, how Ihihana life feels so empty. Okay. Oh, Kali. Thank you for letting me know. I would very much like to attend the festival, but the repair should be finished as soon as possible. What to do, what to do. Looks like they're fishing. The Hanu were pleased to hear the festival is going ahead, I imagine. This is well, once your friends return, lifting wings can begin at last. music.
So few have come.
Hang in there.
Patience. Once Ihihana gets underway, no Hanu will be able to resist joining in.
Just so. Ukewu knows well the heart of the Hanu. Have faith, Third Promise, and climb aboard the float. It is time for the lifting of wings.
I can hear my Uncle Herman say Hawaiiana when I hear the word Hanu.
Off we go.
But again, it does sound like it could be Japanese. Definitely. Like Hanu, Haku. Similar
Ihihana is
enough.
a prayer for bountiful harvest. But this is not its only meaning. It is also an exchange of pledges between rider and bearers, a commitment to a long and fruitful friendship.
Listen well, friends! The personage we bear today is Wuklamat, the savior of our beloved festival! Let your shoulders burn, or your feathers fall out, but do not even think of dropping her! Ready and...
There we go.
I could get used to this.
Oh boy. There's the festival.
Will empty bellies stop you from joining in the fun? Come and help us carry the float!
Well, well, well. To see the day that Dawn's promise would ride our boat again. We've not had the honor since you were here, Gulul Jaja.
Love the way they dance.
Right, we've enough bearers now. Onwards to Kozanuaki!
Yeah, Kuzona. Kuzona sounds like a word in Japanese too. Again, there's that intersection between the Hawaiian or Hawaiiana, the Jomon, and then also, yeah, it's all kind of interconnected in a way. Northeast Asia, yeah.
Watch well, for you are about to bear witness to the true glory of Ihihana.
And you know the kind of the reference to the ancients, it could also be that connection to, like I've done genetic research that the Jomon were initially haplogroup D, and they actually kind of separated from Black Africans and like for example people in West Africa and ancient Egyptians. Well, I guess East Africa too, but to kind of give like a short summary, like you know, predominantly Black Africans and ancient Egyptians that they had separated 70,000 years ago. So there may be a connection to that as well. Some people might also reference like Atlantis as well, which oh, well there it is, because they're talking about the ancients, which is not only ancient Greek but also the lost city of Atlantis, and there might be that connection there. So watch well, for you are about to bear the witness to the true glory of Ihihana.
The float draws upon our life force, concentrating and amplifying the energy.
Let's see.
Keshaihi then receives that energy and expels it in a great burst, where it showers down upon the land to replenish its vital currents.
Get the energy.
It worked.
Like a literal charm.
The float really was helping the reeds.
That was amazing!
Get my
To
friend.
think that such a thing was even possible!
Should I have left the float behind like that? I was excited to see the reeds. Nothing to worry yourself over. My brethren have been swept up by festival fever. Last I saw, they were taking turns at the carrying poles on the way back to the village. Please feel free to look over the fields and enjoy the sight of what you've accomplished.
Some of them still look a bit sickly.
I imagine even the harvest magic has its limits. If the Hanu continue their festival tradition year after year, though, the entire field should eventually recover.
Where does that leave us with the feet, then?
You've got nothing to fear on that account. Our situation could never have resolved itself. The revival of even a single reed would have served to demonstrate your commitment to the task. That you recognize the nature of the float and found a near-perfect solution in Ihihana proves your dedication. What's more, I don't think I've seen the festival produce such impressive results since I was a mere chirper. We have been lax in maintaining the float, diluting its magic and reducing Ihihana to hollow theater.
Kona!
Where's Kana?
I was delayed by an unpleasant encounter, but it seems I arrived at a good time.
Here we go. Oh, seems like that helped as well.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
What? You just pour in some mystery liquid and problem solved?
Stagnant ether was to blame for the reed's poor condition. I assumed that was an alchemical concoction which enhances ethereal conductivity.
Oh, there you go.
It utilized the flowing water as an ethereal current, thereby promoting the transfer of life energies.
A method I could not have devised without the education I received at the studium and the cooperation of my Archon allies.
Archon allies.
You see, Lamachi, this is why we need to embrace foreign knowledge and technology. Employed appropriately, they make light work of what would otherwise be arduous labor. There's no need to lug around heavy floats.
Well, you always were the clever one, brother.
Your approach was no less effective, Wooklamat. It achieved the same result.
Indeed it did. And you enjoyed the festival, yes?
I did. It was so much fun. Having visited your village before, I thought I knew everything about it. As it turns out, I knew very little. About the reeds, about Ihihana. With all I've learned this time, I feel as though I've really come to know the Hanu. And I like you even more now than I did before.
The feeling is mutual. And it's not just you who had a lot to learn either. I'll never look at our float the same way again.
The two of you have exceeded expectations. Come forth and claim your stones.
Five more to go.
And on to the next.
Not even a moment of celebration. That's Kona for you.
The third promise? You must join us for Ihihana next season.
I wonder what Kona, if it means anything in Japanese. It's English. Because I know Kohuna, Kona Village, or Konoha Village, yeah. Wait, Southern Satho. Southern Satho. Oh, Zimbabwe. Interesting. Southern Band. It definitely sounds similar to Japanese, though, for sure.
As Dawn Servant, of course.
Right. It's back to Tulihiola for now. Thank you for having us. I look forward to seeing you all again.
Right.
These are interesting times indeed.
The concoction was brewed by Kona himself. It's a test vial, but it should contain the same reagents.
Good work. We'll use whatever we must to win. For win we must.
See. Alright, there's a few more quests I can do here before we go back to Yo-Yo. Hello, have you taken in all that our humble village has to offer? If you happen to be on your way to the breath between, there is a task I'd like your help with. You're as kind as they say. I've been asked to deliver freshly sprouted reed leaves to use as paper. My work here has kept me so busy I have little time to fill the order. Fields nearby have the choicest reeds, and I would be in your debt if you could gather some leaves and take them to Munahana. You can keep his payments for your troubles. Yeah, it definitely sounds similar to Hawaiiana or Hawaiian. Even could sound similar to Japanese in a way too. It's all kind of connected. Jomon. Right. My journey has just started and already I've met so many wonderful people. Okivu, for one, he's a bit eccentric, but everyone could stand to be as respectful of other cultures as he is. Lini Hanu, it warmed my heart to see him honor his departed friend through Ihihana and to help others do the same. Can't help but feel excited thinking who else might meet over the course of the contest. Come on, let's head back to Chevalvia Tue. Right. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of quests here I can do. Let's get these quests done first. We're not gonna go back quite yet. We will eventually, but not right this second though. Ruklavat's companions, aren't you? Kisha, he smiles upon me. I'd hoped the great bird would guide one of the village's saviors to me. You see, the time has come for us to make our customary offerings to Kishi, he ceremony we hold here, and I would invite you to participate as an honored guest. You'll join us then. Oh, that makes me so happy my feathers are standing up straight. Traditional offerings of fruit that grows to the southwest, and they must be so ripe that they fall into the earth. Gather three and deliver them to Anu Hali at the shrine. Welcome, honored visitor. Thanks to your efforts, the reeds grow robust, and at last I can make reed dumplings again. Oh, they're every bit as delicious as I remember. Though I want nothing more than to eat until my belly bursts, I've saved a batch for those who are planning to reconstruction of the Great Stairs. I'm much too full to make such a journey. However, might you deliver them in my stead? Surely my friends will be glad to receive them from the very man who revitalized Okanu's festive spirit. Thank you, thank you. They can be found working hard near the flight of wee wingless. Hurry before the dumplings cool. Alright. Oh, there's the corn serving again. My friend, what brings you all this way? Taking in the sight, sounds, and flavors to all, I trust. As you might have guessed, there's a Hanu who needed my assistance, and as I yet lack the strength to make myself seen, I'm in need of your assistance. Follow me, and I shall take you to them. Okay. Wow, those stout legs like a towering tree, those rippling arms like gnarled branches might lend me your strength for a simple hunt. Storm left more than destruction in its wake. Fierce beasts non-infested forest, and their calling is an unending task. Report tells that a trio of Utes has been sighted lurking near the docks and to the east. Easy prey for the likes of you. Might you exterminate them so we can once again travel their waters in safety. Alright. Hang in there. Oh, Kali, Gem, of course I know your name. Who isn't familiar with Fuklamat's companions? Not to mention, your friends can't seem to go a moment without mentioning you, huh? I'm Lanu Hanu, and I have the honor of being the wind's chosen. It is my feathers which adorn the festive float. I feel the wind has guided you to me for a reason. Viento, see. As a result, to our village has fast become an honored friend. I would offer you a chance to strengthen our bonds. Perhaps you're familiar with the Landsguard. It is customary among the winds chosen to save their molted feathers and present them to these brave protectors as gifts every few years. At this very moment, one of their numbers is making their way to Okanu to receive our offerings. But there's much more to it than just a simple delivery, and I think you'd be interested in taking part. It deepen your understanding of our ways, and perhaps you and this member of the Landsguard will become fast friends. I would start with a small task if you're willing. Nahanchi is the name of our guest, and he was due to arrive some time ago. Fear he may be lost. Could you search the road for him? I'll stay behind in case he arrives here after fall. Okay. A lot of quests. Or could he be? You there, you look fearsome enough to brave the untamed wilds. Please, I'm in dire need of help. But I mind journey southwest to keep cave Kikitola a while ago and still hasn't returned. I am beginning to fear the worst has happened. While it's likely he's simply lost track of time staring at the rainbow moss and keep thinking about all the beasts skulking about. Check up on him for me, if only to set my heart at ease. I'll stay here in case he comes back. In the meantime, visit the cave and search for him. I wish another Hanu would be nearby. He shouldn't be hard to spot. Check something real quick. Yeah, viento, see. Yeah, viento is wind in Spanish. Stay here? Yeah, sometimes I just have to relook at certain words to make sure I got it 100% accurate. Oh, my stomach, I can't stand this rationing any longer. My house was flooded in a recent storm, causing most of my food to spoil or rot. I've taken great pains to make what little I have last, but it's simply not enough. I see she requires food with longevity, then she shall have the driest of corns my cob can muster, and there this should suffice. My word, is all this dried corn for me? It'll be many moons before I could have hope to diminish such a bountiful store. This crunch is certain to be sublime. Thank you, kind stranger. There's hope for the future yet. Oh, the children will be thrilled. Alright. Got help with the corn. You seem quite taken with the dried corn, that is. I shudder to think what havoc spoiled foods might play on her stomach and bowels. Hunger might well be the least of her problems. Thanks to your timely assistance, however, she and her friends will have all the corn they need to help them weather the hardships. Yet there are other empty bellies that beckon, so I must away. Take care, friend. I hope to see you again. Votive fruits. I don't know what votive means. Let's see. Offered or consecrated in fulfillment of a vow. Object offered in fulfillment of a vow, such as a candle, used as a vigil light. Voltivo. Say. Voltivo. Okay. Here. Oh, Kali, might you have a spare moment to lend a helping hand? With the reeds sprouting more vigorously than ever, the time has come to repair weathered roofs. However, what reeds will not do, not at all. They must first be thoroughly dried, or the roofs are likely to collapse at a first drop of rain. Ask that you collect the freshly cut reeds placed in your building to the east and deliver them to Kuzo and Noiki, where the gentle breeze shall dry them. Help with this task, and I promise you'll be satisfied with your reward. Right. You're looking for me. You're not a Hanu Hanu, unless you're molting something awful. Oh, so that's the way of it. Well, now that you found me, I suppose I better get on with it. Sorry for my lack of enthusiasm. I joined the Lands Guard hoping I could bust some skulls, slaughter some beasts, you know, use these muscles of mine. But for my first task, malignant crates of supplies around, it's not exactly what I had in mind. I suppose complaining won't get this done any faster. Let's go meet this Lanu Hanu then. Alright. Found him. Now we can begin. Before the gift of feathers is to be bestowed, there are proper steps that must be taken. Firstly, I bid the warmest welcomes to Hanshi. As the wind's chosen gentle, it is my simple duty to show you what sights our humble village has to offer. One of the Lands Guard, it behooves you to become familiar with all corners of the continent, yes. Then come with me to the center of Okuhanu, where you can behold the entire village at once. What a load of... oh boy. Take it all in. This is Okanu. As you can see, our homes are made from wood and reeds, both of which the forest blesses us with in abundance. Both nature's blessings are to be treated with care, for dry reeds can easily catch flame, and if they do, we risk setting our entire village alight. Building waterways through Okanu is a way to protect us from such incidents, but aquatic beasts can travel them as well, and when these beasts become too great in number, we beseech the Landsguard to cull them. Do you now? I always thought hunting duty was just a way to keep us sharp. While I'm here, I'll make sure nothing troubles your home. All of Okanu would thank you. Now for the reason you came. Feathers of the winds chosen. Aviento. They're used to adorn the equipment worn by the Landsguard. The design invokes the image of Kishahi, a great bird revered by all Hanu. The feathers give it a touch of authenticity that makes the soldiers appear all the fiercer. Every soldier outfit is designed according to their profession. Each feather must undergo an elaborate process of dyeing and oiling to meet the Landsguard's varied needs. So without further ado, let us begin. I first ask you that you come meet me at the gate to the southeast. Fine, I should warn you, I'm not known for my delicate hands. That went about as well as expected. Could you stand behind for a moment, Gem? I'd like to hear your opinion of Nahanchi. Is it too early to tell? I understand he seems uninterested, but was eager to offer service in quelling beast. Nevertheless, his attitude could use improvement. Truth be told, every Landsguard troop who comes to receive our gift is the same way, and we're meant to fix it. Consider this a rite of passage of sorts. The Landsguard sends us troops whose rough edges went for polish, and the tasks we set before them serve as a whetstone. Over the courses of our work, they gain a great insight to the history and meaning behind this exchange of gifts. Soldiers with a tangible bond to their charge will protect it all the more staunchly. In recent days, however, even our treasure trove of knowledge hasn't been enough to rouse the spirits of some. Working alongside someone as capable as you, Nanhanshi may find the extra motivation he needs. Now then, let us proceed to the southeastern gate, and while this goes without saying, keep this little conversation between us a secret. Alright. What did I do to deserve this? Now I know why my spirits are snickering behind my back as a part of the Hana. Might think this bird god is worth all this trouble, but I think I just want to get it over with. Right. Now that everyone's here, it's time to begin. Together we should make these feathers so striking that even Kishihi would be envious. First items we require dyes and oils. The former is used to match the feathers. Various uniforms worn by the troops. The latter serves a different purpose. As you can see by observing yours truly, Hanu boasts feathers full and colorful. This is thanks to the oils that our body secretes which keep our coat from becoming drab and brittle. But the feathers we give to the Landsguard were molted long ago and have since lost their natural luster, so we must apply oil to make them as vibrant as those of a Hanu in their prime. The task of gathering said oils and dyes follows the gem. Go to Oakbeckby where a crate has already been prepared. In the meantime, Nanhanshi here will get the feathers. Interesting, of course we maintain our equipment regularly and oiling the feathers is part of that. Never considered how the Hana might keep their feathers pristine. Right. See here. The traditional offering is a fruit that grows to the south of Okanu. Deliver 3 of them to Lani Holly, and then you shall be. Oh yeah. So, let me go west and see. Last open quest, at least readily open. No. Yeah, we'll gain quite a bit of XP turning in all these quests, and so we'll be able to help out the people here. Oh Kali, with so many new faces in our village, we have an uncommon opportunity to share our culture with others. I, in fact, prepared a unique experience for new visitors and would be honored if you took part. You have no idea how happy that makes me. Now I shall teach you to train as we do. In doing so, grant you a small taste of our mastery over the wind, Yentl. We Hano Hanu spend long periods of meditation during which we deepen our bond to the energies flowing through the wind, flowing through the land. Of course, we know our time here is limited. You shall experience an abridged version of this practice. Ono Hano waits at the top of these stairs. Speak with him to begin your training. I wonder what Win is in Japanese. I think it's Fuji? Or I'll have to see. I don't think it's Fuji. It's, let's see. I think it's... No, it's Kaze. Kaze. Kazen, yeah, it almost sounds like casa, which means house in Spanish. Yeah, let's go up these stairs. Oh, a new face. Have you come here to feel the wind's caress? Deeply honored that you would learn of our ways. Now I shall teach you our most basic method of attuning to the wind, so simple that even a young chirper can master it. As Tonu Holly has already told you, our goal is to be in harmony with the endless flow of the land's energy, its heartbeat, if you will. Best way for a novice to do this is to jump from a high place, and as you fall, focus on the rush of the wind across your skin and its roar within your ears. First you must pray, only then can you spread your wings and give yourself over to the grace of the wind. Alright. You have offered your prayer to the forest to attune to the wind's energy. You must jump from the House of Winds while dismounted. Alright. Why, for a moment I mistook you for one of us. I never knew someone with no feathers could fall through the air with such grace. Feel different, like the land itself has accepted you in its embrace. No? Doubtless you know that Hanu Hanu, young and old, compete to see who can float a feather to the furthest, and that the winner's feathers that decorate our sacred float, chosen by the wind, is an honor above all. Reflect upon the training you underwent today, and even without feathers, I am certain you shall hear the wind's whispers more clearly. Of course, wish to jump again, you're more than welcome. Wonder wind means something. Makani. Alright. Similar enough. Yeah. Yeah, I think after we finish all these quests, I think we're gonna take a break before we stream stream next time, as it were, or stream later on, or stream more rather. Put some stuff on the marker board though. Be good. Oh, these waters get more beautiful every time I come. Sensing distant prey, a creature move in for the kill. Or creatures move in for the kill. Right. There's oh, there we go. What was that noise? Can I gaze at the moss in peace? Oh wait, you helped us bring back Ihiana, you're a friend of Uklamat, yes? What are you doing in this cave? Fiends here. Oh, I didn't even hear them until the commotion was nearly over. I owe you thanks for your courage. Now that my reverie has been broken, I shall return to my friend. He must be worried sick. Oh, seems like may help him with his fate. The Hano angler has lured a rather large, albeit land-bound creature to the river's edge. Dispatch the mighty Mayup before it can fill its belly with feathered flesh. Nice. Whenever I see this monster, I think, or whenever I think of this enemy, I think of Gojira, or Godzilla, as it were. For help. Yes. Good thing my chokepo can heal. Alright, he's down for the count. We can now hold up to 1500 bi-crystals, which is nice. Bi-color gemstones. I don't think they increased the inventory space this time though, but oh well. Why, what a surprise. I didn't expect to see one of our visitors here. Of all places, I've come here to fish. Oh, these are the leaves I asked Gona Hanu to. Sounds like Konohamaru, but Gona Hana to deliver. You say you picked them yourself. You have quite the eye. These will do well. You can't grow to such prestigious sizes on reeds alone. You know, the fish from these waters are staple many a Hana dish. We've found that they are like reeds almost as much. They found that they like reeds almost as much as we do. Since we mostly eat the stems. We can also use the fresh leaves on unharvested reeds as bait. Everyone feasts. Perhaps you two can feast with this bit of coin. You've earned it. Alright. Alright, so there's 6 left. What's left? We've learned quite a bit in this area. You're here about displays. Good. Everything's in that crate over there. It's heavy to beat, so be careful not to drop it on those dainty toes of yours. Worse still, you might break a bottle of dye. The Landsgar artisan who designed their forms was very particular about their coloring, so not a single one can go to waste. There's nothing a soldier loves more than their equipment, so every detail has to be right. Try as carefully as you can back to Hanu. Okay, let me speak to him real quick. You travel with the Third Promise, don't you? I've heard stories, but it's an honor to meet you in the flesh, Gem. I know you're a busy man, but I might have a moment of your time. The Dawn Servant and come here in an effort to catalog the traditional magics of our continent. In particular, I'm interested in how the Hana weave the energies of wind. Gento. Competing to see who can float a feather, the furthest seems to be a favorite pastime of the Hani, which demonstrates mastery over wind. I have notion as to how they achieve this mastery. My best theory is that they undergo intensive training from a young age, but as a recent arrival here, prying into such matters may come off as presumptuous. But you have their trust, might you ask in my stead? Not a problem. Let's see. Okay, so where am I supposed to go? Okay. I think it's right here. Wait. Oh. Is it? Yes. You both did excellent work today. Non-Hanshi, it appears you might need some rest after your ordeal. How many feathers did you pack into that crate? Are you sure you didn't send me to get the dyes and oils? Be glad I didn't, Non-Hanshi, for Gem's crate is much heavier. He also carried it from a much greater distance. Really now, and here I thought I was the stronger. Damn, bested during my first assignment. That won't happen again. I've had enough for us, so let's get on with it. If you insist, Nanshi, let us proceed to the heart of the matter. First, we must dye each feather one by one, but be careful, for each color is needed in different quantities. Equipment used to attack is adorned with black feathers, while equipment used for defense is adorned with feathers in the original green. For those, we must carefully... Hold on just a damn moment. We're dyeing all these one by one? I'll be an old man by then. There has to be a better way. Say throw a few dozen of them in a big bowl of dye. But that would make the coloring uneven, Nahanshi. As I was saying, we must carefully apply oil to the feathers to bring out the original color, or they'll quickly become brittle. I see. This will be a test of patience, but with the three of us, it should be all over before the moon turns, probably. Right now, I'm here to teach you how best to see the job done. I suppose I'm thankful for that. Truth be told, I never knew so much hard work went into our uniforms. Brothers and sisters in the Landsguard, no effort's too great. The Hunter honored that you weather our feathers. You're surprised, as the one's chosen, seeing my feathers become a symbol of the great Kishi. He fills me with joy unequaled in this world. To have them adorn the Landsguard's armor makes my joy all the sweeter. Few and all can claim such an honor, so there can be no mistakes. There's really more to this than I thought. I would like to apologize for how I've been acting. I see that things are done a certain way for a reason. So while I may grow old and gray in the doing, I'll see that every feather's dyed or oiled properly. At least run this together, at Gem. I reckon I'll be cleaning dye from under my nails for some days yet, but I won't complain about honest work. Now I have to think about how to get these back to Yo-Yo. Don't get ahead of yourself, young Hanshi. Yes, the hard part's behind us, but there is more I would ask of you. I've said before, Kishi, is revered the Hanu. We must pay due respect for use of its likeness. Such there are time-honored rituals that must be followed before we give this honor into the Landsguard. Right. Next step is simple. We must bring the feathers before the likeness of Kishi in Kozan Nuiki and have the priestess beseech the great bird to bestow the wind's blessing upon them. We're lugging that crate around then. I can do it, but if we're going any further than last time, I might do a couple of breaks. I might need a couple of breaks. Do not worry, Nahanshi. I'll carry the feathers. I have something different in mind for both of you. A friend of mine awaits you on the road to Kuzanuiki. Speak with him and do exactly as he instructs. Alright. I'm heartened that you would show such interest in our ways. Many know the Hanu have a deep connection to the wind, but few care to ask how the connection is made. That being said, it's a question without a single answer. However, I would say that our feathers are the most important tool we have for comprehending the wind's movements. But more than just for show, they allow us to sense even the smallest shift the wind's temperament, and that awareness allows us to direct it as we see fit. I never considered why we are so tuned to the wind, but now that you ask, it must be thanks for daily meditations and rigorous training. But listening carefully to the wind's whispers, one can discern the path of its flows, and in doing so, achieve total harmony with one's surroundings. This understanding allows us to summon gales mighty enough to chase clouds from the sky. Let's see. Returning, it looks slightly unsettled, but none the worse for wear. Otherwise, that cave is where we gather rainbow moss used in our medicines. It has long been held sacred as a healing spot due to its tranquil scenery. I haven't been I haven't been since the Great Storm, and I was worried that perhaps it had suffered damage in the floods. I'm glad to hear that nothing has changed. More than anything, I'm glad my friend returned safely. Had you not come along, the day might have been much darker. Thanks. Feeling I can repair my gear up to level 100, though I'm gonna have to level up my crafters if I want to build later on again. Shouldn't be too bad though. Why does the wind heat us? Why? Because we consume the blessing of reeds bestowed upon us by Muiki. The energy is suffused and the energy flows into the reeds and the reeds flow into our bellies. By that cycle we are gifted the land's strength. In other words, the reeds are far more than mere sustenance. They are the very wellspring of our power. There you go. Sounds kind of similar to how some of the Lakotas speak about the buffalo in a way. Your return, were the Hane Hunter forthcoming with their knowledge? I see, so there isn't one key to their expertise, but many, each one forged by their singular bodies, culture, and environment. Please give me a starting point from which I can launch a more thorough investigation. Thank you, Jen. Hello, to what do I owe this honor? Oh, Kishihi will be most satisfied with these. Today you're more than an honored guest. You're the very heart of the ceremony. After your efforts to bring Ihihana back to us, Kishihi is doubtless overjoyed to see you in this role. The fruit shall bear a powerful blessing indeed. Now you must take the previous offering back whence you came. Deliver the blessed fruit to Ahanu, the ceremony will be completely effaced. Okay. Oh, another one. Okay. Welcome, welcome. I understand you seek the blessing of the wind. The priestess requires a special type of bark to complete the ceremony. Your job is to gather it. We must tread carefully for the shores where the trees are found teeming with hungry beasts. I suggest clearing the area so one doesn't sneak up on you. Don't mind a bit of hunting, but these arms aren't meant for apologies. Suppose playing is a habit I should aim to break. This is all part of the process of making our equipment, isn't it? There's a reason we need this bark, so get the bark we shall. I'll search the south side, Gem, you take the north. Nope. Well done, you two. You brought exactly what I asked, but I suppose you're still curious as to why the bark had to be from those specific trees. The answer lies within the legend of Kishi-Hi, which you see our ancestors hailed from a different land and were guided here by the great bird. But upon their arrival, they found perilous woodlands overrun by hungry fiends. Many honey were lost to the gluttonous appetite of the wilds, and they had nearly succumbed to despair. Then Kishi-Hi let out a mighty screech. It echoed through the land, setting the trees aglow. Taking this as divine guidance, our beleaguered ancestors took bark from the trunks and burnt it. Smoke wafted through the air, and the beasts found it so repugnant they were forced to flee, one and all. Since that day, warriors would burn incense before battle in the hopes it would ward them from harm. Thus we bless the land's guard feathers in the same way that they do too might bask in Kishi-Hi's protection. Now take the bark to Kozunoiki, and on the way we'll be glad if you honor your sincerest prayers to the great bird. Alright, vamos. I think there's one more quest here. Oh, okay. Oh, pretty close to it, so. Oh, I recognize you travel with Okomatlet. Yes. Have you come to see our progress on the Great Stairs? Dumplings. Oh, how long has it been since I smelled such last smelled that heavenly aroma? The reeds sprouted big and tall. We would had cause to celebrate often. It was a common scent in Hona. To have these delivered by one who helped those days return is a great honor indeed. There's two more. One there. There's another one. This project will cause my feathers to fall out one by one. Mark my words, where do we even begin? Lona Holly made her famous dumplings. They are just what I needed. Such a large undertaking makes me one so very hungry. My energies restored. I've come to realization, or a read problem, part of perspective of visitors to solve. So perhaps we should consult ours and about the plans of advice on how to repair the Great Stairs. Right. Oko Holly, apologies, but this area is still impassable. Brought Reed dumplings. Just as I was about to keel over from hunger, a kind soul appears in the wilderness to save me. This passage is of great importance to us, since no small number of merchants use it to reach Okhanu. Delicious dumplings to fuel me, I can now tackle this problem with renewed energy. Alright. See, there's a fate there. Seems like anyone's doing it right now, though. We're finally here. Might give me your bark. I'll deliver it to Hanu. Priestess? We're almost done, guys. Thank you, Gem. Once I'm finished, let's offer our prayers. Wouldn't want to disappoint our host after all. The Hanu take their tradition seriously, don't they? I knew they wished for good harvests and such, but I never imagined we Landsguard were in their thoughts all this time. This has been an eye-opening experience, to be sure, but I can't help but wonder why we're so important to them. Why allow us to use the revered God in the design of our equipment? Are you a Landsguard yourself and you ask such questions? You're Gem, aren't you? I'm Zuli Holly. I know we have to thank you for Ihihana's success, even so, I might ask you that you stand aside. You are not Hunchi, of whom I've heard much. I'm surprised you have the gall to step foot into such a sacred place. While the others may sing the praises of Landsguard, their minds have been warped by too many maltings. The new generation is sick of their ceaseless chirping. You have to say your lines. Remember how we practice. Oh, yes, I understand now. We heard you complain when you took the feathers. We saw the stain in your eyes. Someone with such respect for history doesn't deserve to bask in Ishihi's grace. But I... You'll learn in time. That may be so, Gem, but he has had enough chances to refuse to suffer the Landsguard to be an Oak Hanu. Listen well and remember, the sacred likeness of Kishi-He was once reduced to shredded reeds, by whom he asked, well, why none other than Gula Jeja, Dawn's servant and founder of the Lance Guard. No, the Dawn servant would never. This misdeed will never be forgiven. If you have any pride in your position, you should be ashamed at your ignorance and lack of respect. How will you answer to that? Yes, you must answer, and answer well, or we will be very angry with you. I had no idea about this history of conflict. Why didn't Lanu Hanu say anything? Why am I taking the blame for the past? In any case, we can't stay here. I have to think about this. Right. I don't see why Zuli Hali would lie, but how have I never heard of the Dawn Servant's affront to the Hanu Hanu? Why would Lanu Hanu act so proud to have his feathers adorning our equipment? I'm no good with numbers, but even I can tell something doesn't add up here. I have to find the truth about it for ourselves. You might be right. It was my ignorance that seemed to set her off. After all, whatever happens, I'd like to leave her on the Hanu's good side. Our best bet is probably to return to Okanu. If anyone can tell us the truth about what happened with the Dawn Servant, it would be Lanu Hanu. Alright. Checking something real quick. Oh, the mighty hunter returns. Have you the outs been reduced to shred vines? I knew you'd be equal to the task to spread word that the docks are open for safe passage. The great storm affected all life in the forest, washing away what was and leaving behind only uncertainty. There are many some-traveled roads where desperate fiends still lurk. The collapse of the great stairs we've taken to using the waterways and other uncommon routes to get from place to place until the repairs are complete. That day cannot come too soon. Till then, however, we must make do. Thank you for your bravery. It's a lot of dialogue, but it's worth learning about and sharing it with you guys. Sometimes voicing it can be nice as well. Have you finished? Yes, thank you. Our homes will be all the safer for your efforts. Suppose you're wondering why I had you carry the reeds all the way across the forest. Well, Kozanoiki means land of the arid shrine in our tongue. Legend say that so soothing is the breeze near the shrine that Kishi-He once rested its tired wings nearby. Once the reeds are dried and our roofs patched, our homes will be better fortified against the elements, and for that peace of mind, any price is worth paying, so here's your just reward. Right. Thank you for delivering the dumplings. I hope to give my friends the energy to complete the daunting tasks ahead of them. The dumplings are considered delicacy among the Hanu Hanu, and for good reason. Like nothing more than to make a batch for our other wingless brethren who aid with the rebuilding, but I realize that not all people love the flavor as much as we do. That doesn't mean I can't send a different gift to show my appreciation. I can send a nice haul of fish their way. You don't seem the type to munch on reeds either, so I'm prepared something else for your reward, cold hard coin. Welcome back. Was Lanu Hanu impressed for offering? If so. Yes, I can feel Kishihi's grace emanating from these, thus the ceremony is complete. The younger Hanu clamored to participate in this rite, you know. It is said that the fruit offered to Kishihi becomes imbued with its divine spirit, and all who carry them shall be blessed with great luck. Surely you'll be too. Although you have traveled far, I hope you feel enriched by the experience. Hope our gratitude, and may the winds of Kishihi sweep ill fortune from your path. Alright. I don't see him, but the Great's not here either. He might have left to Kuzunuiki already. Wouldn't we have seen him on the road if he had, though? Oh, the forest is fast, I suppose. Anyways, maybe one of the younger Hanu around here could tell us if Zuili Halu's sworn is shared. Let's ask around, Jem. Okay. Of course, every Hanu knows the story of the Dawn Servant's visit, but it might be more accurate to call it a rescue. For at the time, our home was beset by beasts and fiends. When Gulajaja heard this terrible news, he personally came to drive out every last one. Zuli Hala said all that. Well, I do remember hearing that when our ancestors beheld the ruined figure, some of them viewed it as a terrible insult even though they were saved. That grudge had been inherited by their children and grandchildren. I can't speak on such matters, but perhaps Luna Hanu can. He is wise in our ways and makes an effort to befriend everyone he can. The likeness of Kishihi, my father actually worked to repair it. He told me that the Dawn Servant's slaughter of the beast was swift and brutal, but left many of our shrines and homes damaged to its wake. But what choice did he have? The fiends were at our doors. My father and his friends agreed that it was better to be alive, at least that way they could rebuild. What's the word, Jem? From what I heard, the Dawn Servant really did destroy that sacred figure. I see. I can't say I'm surprised that some Hanu would bear a grudge, so Zuli Hali was telling the truth. Something still doesn't sit right with me, though. Dawn Servant wouldn't simply go on a rampage and leave the Hanu to clean things up. He'd have more compassion than that. Nahanchi, Jem, you won't believe what happened. I was surrounded by Zuli Hali and her cronies while on my way to the shrine. They stole the crate of feathers from out of my claws, saying no landsguard could have it until Nahanchi gave us the answer. I assume you know what they're talking about. That said, if you ignore their demand, they'll burn every last feather. But have they gone mad? Gods be good. I'm sorry, but can you go install them for a while? There's something I must look into first. I know what you're thinking, Jem. Isn't this going a little too far? I'd answer that the results shall speak for themselves. Now we simply wait and see what Nahanchi brings us. Zuli, Hali, and the others are waiting to the south of the shrine. Let us go there and install them as Nahanchi requested. Right. Takes a little while going back and forth, but it's worth it. I feel like this area has been a little bit longer than Orkopacha. But it's definitely been nice, though. Still got one more quest for Orkopacha, though. I think we're going to do that next stream, though. See here? Alright. Nahanshi should be here soon. We're lucky to have you to spur him into action, Gem. And while our methods may appear rather blunt to you, wait until Nahanshi speaks before you judge us. Wait quietly and hear his answer. I didn't know why you make us wait so long, Nahanshi, but I hope whatever you found was worth it. I spoke with the eldest Hanu in your village. He told me the story of the Dawn Servant's visit and the destruction of the Kishihi's likeness, the whole story. It seems he, particularly the head of reason, was filled with anguish at the sight and offered his deepest apologies. To make amends, he devised a way to assemble an even more robust figure from the reigns of the previous one. His work was done overnight and had a resolve called upon the whole village to celebrate their newfound peace. For the first time in a long while, Ihihana commenced and the Dawn Servant was chosen to ride a sacred float. After festivities, the Dawn Servant said that when he finally established a unified nation to Rawl, he wanted a motif representing Kishihi to be among those used in his soldiers' uniforms. Declared that different tribes can forge friendships so long as they open their hearts to one another. This nation would be one where peoples of all stripes could live in harmony. The soldiers would become a symbol of that promise. So you can learn from for yourself after all, but you should have come here with that knowledge already seared into your memory. I know I have no excuse for my ignorance, and the petulance born from it. This experience has taught me so many things. Now, full knowledge of this history, I am filled with a much greater sense of purpose than before. I feel more keenly than ever that my duty as a Landsguard is to serve every corner of Tyrol. But to fulfill that duty, you must have our equipment, so please, I beg of you, entrust the feathers to me in good faith. You'll be a fine soldier, don't you agree, Lanu Hanu? What? Yes, indeed, this was quite the moving display. My feathers are standing up straight. Thank you for looking after Nahanshi during his growth, Gem. My growth? What are you talking about? Why, this was all a performance to guide you along the path to becoming a worthy Landsguard. Your rite of passage is complete. So my superiors weren't pulling one over me, they were worried about me. I didn't realize my conduct was so concerning. Tell them what you told us, and their concerns will vanish. You'll be welcomed back with open arms. Before you do that, aren't there more places to visit, more materials to collect? We Hanu aren't the only people who love teaching lessons. Please, I don't want to think about that now. I was already sick enough imagining what would happen if I couldn't get the feathers. Well, you've earned a bit of rest. Return to Okanu, and we'll deliver the feathers to you after the priestess has blessed them. That part at least was no ruse. If you don't mind, I'd like to go to Kuzo no Noiki. I feel I should offer one more prayer to Ishihi. Very well, Gem. Why don't you wait at Okane? I'll bring the feathers, and I'd like to speak with you once more before you go. Alright. Now that the already passage is behind us, allow me to offer my thanks for all your help. I'd also offer my apologies for making your party to our little deception. I would have told you everything, but I don't think the ending would have been quite so effective if I did. I agree, and I'm grateful things went the way they did. The lessons I learned here will guide me as I become acquainted with all of Terrell's people. Speaking of which, the next leg of my journey awaits. May we meet again. So... Alright, I think that's all the quests for now. So let's return to Tulioyal. Then we'll sell some items on the market board and probably hit the stream there for now. Oh, this has been a good stream though, for sure. Oh, we sold a wind-up Ravana. Warren's going down. It goes for around 10,000. For 200,000. So this for this little... Alright guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. And I'll be heading out for now. I'll see if I can return later on. But for now, I'll probably eat and get some rest. Anyways guys, bye for now. Hasta luego. Slanga full.